everyone, and welcome back. This is a bit of a weird time for me to start the vlog. I feel like I almost always start them first thing when I wake up in the morning. We've actually got a beautiful sunny day today, which has put me in a fabulous mood. I got to the gym first thing in the morning. I've had lots of delicious, nutritious food. I actually popped out today to get a microwave. Now, if you've been watching these videos since basically when we moved into this house, you'll know that the one thing that we've honestly been talking about getting for months, and for some reason every time I go to a shop I just completely forget to buy one, we've never ordered one online, is a microwave. Now, a lot of people will say, do you even need a microwave? Well, there are a couple of things that you just really need a microwave for in terms of like convenience. One of them is reheating food. So if you like meal prep food, it's such a pain to like heat it up in the pan again. And actually one of the reasons why I went to get one today is because, like I mentioned in the last vlog, Elliot and I have been getting some meal prep from a brand called Simmer. Really tasty meals, but they basically suggest that you microwave the meals or oven cook them, but the oven cooking takes far longer than a microwave. So we were like, let's finally get a microwave. But one of the main reasons why I'm so excited to get one is I am a little bit obsessed with microwave popcorn, the salted or the butter one. I absolutely love it. It's one of those things, it's like a childhood snack for me, and I've just eaten it my whole life. And here on multiple occasions I've bought it and completely forgotten that we don't have a microwave. So finally I will be able to make microwave popcorn. Anyway, I managed to find a relatively aesthetic microwave. You won't be shocked to hear it's from Autumnal, which I feel like I go to and shop at far too often, but there aren't many interior shops like really close to where we live, and that is one of them. And to be honest, Autumnal's got like everything in, pretty much everything, and they've got some really nice things. Also, I just want to mention this because I don't know if you guys will have like felt it at all, but I feel like my last YouTube video that I uploaded, there was just a general like a bit of like a solemn kind of undertone to it. I felt like I wasn't really happy in the video, and I was having a little bit of a stressful week, which I hadn't really explained in the video, and I just didn't feel like I was like my usual self. I very nearly didn't edit and upload it, and then I finally did, and I decided that I wasn't going to comment on it at the start of the video. I was going to film a little clip and put it at the start of the video because I thought you're then going to think about it loads, whereas if I just don't mention it and wait till the next video, maybe you won't. But yeah, apologies if you watched that and you just didn't get like happy, positive vibes from it. I don't even know what I'm saying. Anyway, back to the microwave situation. So we need to be able to put the microwave in this cupboard to the right of me. I'll show you in a second. Slight issue is that we have too many appliances to fit in the cupboard, and the way this kitchen's been designed, we've got a lot of storage space that's behind glass cabinets, glass fronted cabinets, which are quite impractical if you want to store anything that's not like really aesthetically pleasing. So this is our appliance cupboard. It actually needs a little bit of a sort out. Now I'm just looking at it with you guys here. But yeah, pretty much these two shelves are dedicated to appliances at the moment. And we've got our air fryer and Nutrimillet, toaster and coffee machine. So pretty much the only option is clearing this bottom one so that we can put the microwave in there. So that's what we're gonna have to do. But that is full of food, so we need to find somewhere else to put the food. And I do have another cupboard that the food would go in, but it's full of baking stuff at the moment. I was actually thinking that baking things like flour, sugar, things like that actually look pretty good displayed. So let me just grab you back again. So whilst I was in Autumnal, I managed to find some of these storage containers, and I didn't really know what size to get. I was trying to Google what a bag of flour is converted into litres, and I believe it's more the bigger size container. So I'm thinking maybe flour and self-raising flour in the two larger ones, and then smaller ones can have like sugar and can't really remember what other baking ingredients I've got, like corn flour, like things like that. And I also did a little restock of all my baking things. But yeah, I thought these were the little bamboo lids, and I went for ones that have like a clippy kind of sealy thing, which means that the actual flour and sugar, whatever, will actually stay really fresh. and these were £7 for the small ones and £8 for the large ones, which I didn't think were that much of a bargain, to be honest, but considering there's some places online that sell these for like £15, then maybe it's not actually too bad. But yeah, I will link them in the description box for you. But it's that time of the day where the sun is like really dropping in the sky. This is the microwave that I bought, by the way, and funny enough, it was one of like 2 microwaves. The other one was grey, none of the others were in stock in store, and it couldn't match our kitchen any better. Like the wood, I mean, it's not real wood, it's like a fake wood handle and little turny thing. The fact that it's like white and cream, I mean, I feel like I really landed on my feet there. We actually used it at lunchtime and it's really good quality. I was a bit worried because it was £80 and I'm not sure if that is an average microwave price or not, but yeah, it feels very sturdy and yeah, very good quality. So I actually went to Lidl and bought the flour and sugar and stuff, and I also got Elliot a treat, didn't I?
I'm very happy about this.
Elliot's absolute favourite thing ever. Oh, this is the thing that I was telling you that I got. How cute are those? They're like, you know those little tortellini parcel things, but they're so small. I thought that'd be a really cute like weekend dinner or something. They look nice, don't they? Well, not that you can really tell, but I just thought I've never seen them look so small. And then the other bits that I got are basically just a load of top ups of bakery things. So yeah, we're gonna put all the baking stuff into these.
Well, you know what I was talking to Niall about today is banana bread.
Well, do you want some?
Yes.
We can make some banana bread. Would you bake it with me?
Well, Niall did say it's easy, so I could do it.
Maybe you can make it.
Okay, let's rein it back a little bit.
Let us know if you want Elliot to do a banana bread tutorial for you.
A cook along.
A cook along. That would be so chaotic. There was one time on my birthday that I was kind of joking but also not joking. Requested that Elliot made me a cake for my birthday, and it was the most stressful experience for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, but can we just talk about the end result?
Yeah, the end result was really good. Wasn't it like a Biscoff?
Yeah, it was a Biscoff cake with Biscoff. It was good.
It was really good. It was just like one layer of cake though, wasn't it?
Oh, here we go. Complaints start rolling in already.
No, it's so good. You asked Kaylee?
Yeah, I did ask her.
And then you had to go and get all the cake tins and everything, and then I was like, I actually feel really bad that I
Why are you discrediting my cake? Can't you just say...
No, it was the best cake I've ever had.
Thank you.
It was like seriously good. Yeah, maybe banana bread tutorial.
You've eaten some seriously poor cakes if that's the best cake you've ever had. But...
Maybe we can do a cook along at some point. So I'm gonna get these washed and dried and make a little funnel from paper, I think, so we can just get all the ingredients into them easily.
So Annie's gonna take these all to the bath. She's gonna wash them.
I'm gonna have a bubble bath. These were the containers that I was using before, which have been quite practical, but I just don't think they look aesthetically pleasing enough to go in those glass fronted cupboards. Right, first up we have got self-raising flour. I've also managed to find my label maker, which I was really worried that I'd lost, that makes those like slightly like retro looking black labels with the white lettering on, which I think will be perfect for labeling these as well. I am praying that this holds a whole bag of flour. I mean, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't. Right, about 3/4. That is okay. I think I'll just have to have a little basket somewhere where I can store the bags that aren't completely full. With the label maker, I actually just got this from Amazon a couple of years ago and I've used it a ton of times. And you literally just type in all the letters you need and then it gives you a super cute label. Right, I'm gonna do a separate one for self-raising and a separate one for flour. But yeah, just prints them out in this really cute font. I am so happy with how that looks, and I think that it's going to look lovely on the shelves. Right, so I finished organising these cupboards and I'm so happy with how they look. I think it's actually, if anything, an improvement, and it's basically a mini pantry organisation. What I'm gonna do, because it's starting to get dark outside, and one of my worst things is like a couple of videos ago, it was starting to get dark, but I was like, I'll just carry on filming, and I just never like the footage that much. I don't mind if it's just me making a meal or something, but I want to be able to like show you properly what I'm doing, and I don't want it to look all grady. So I'm gonna sign off the day and pick this up again tomorrow morning. Good morning, guys. It's actually 2 days later. I actually ended up getting a bit ill. I just woke up on Tuesday morning, just a bit, you know, bunged up, a bit of a cold, not feeling amazing. I still don't feel amazing, but honestly don't feel much worse than I did yesterday. So I feel like this is probably, I've probably been through the worst of it already. I'm just making a really autumnal breakfast today. I have decided to make French toast, something I've not made for so long. It used to be one of my like more like regular weekend kind of breakfasts. Especially when I started Instagram, I had a food account called Breakfast and Brunch, and I used to basically just post breakfast and brunches all the time. And French toast was one of the things that I made quite often. Actually in the middle of making like French toast bites, and I'm gonna coat them in like cinnamon sugar, so they're sort of like pumpkin spiced French toast bites. So this is where we are up to so far. So basically I cut up some bread. This is actually white sourdough. I think this would work better actually if you had like chunky sourdough that you could cut up yourself. But I just had pre-sliced white sourdough. I've cut the crust off just more for aesthetic reasons. I soaked all the pieces in egg and I've just put them in the pan with a bit of vegan butter, and they are currently browning on one side. In fact, we can see whether they are ready to flip. Look at that. Very nearly ready. So I've just flipped all the pieces and they are looking so gorgeous and golden brown, ready for their sugar coating. Right, so I've been adding them to this bowl of basically sugar with, it's like golden caster sugar with cinnamon, nutmeg, a little bit of ginger. I think that's everything in. And tossing them on both sides. And because they're a little bit buttery and also a bit warm still, they're kind of just picking up all the sugar. These literally look incredible. I can't wait to devour them. Right, this is the final product. I have just put a little jar here and 2 pumpkins just because I was also filming it for Instagram. I have outdone myself. I have to say, this recipe is an absolute joke. If you want an autumnal Halloweeny, well, it's not very Halloweeny, but autumnal cozy recipe for brunch, lunch, breakfast, whatever you fancy, this is it. Okay, there you go. He's actually, disclaimer, he has actually tried it already.
It's so good.
So good.
Very, very good.
Very, very good. I actually think, to be honest, one of the key things is I really like the fact that I've made it with sourdough. I feel like sourdough gives it a little bit of, it just like holds it together a bit better. So I've just opened this package from a brand called Home Things, and basically they are a more eco-friendly kind of cleaning brand. They basically provide you with these bottles which are reusable. I've got one, I've just actually put one together for the all-purpose one, but that is a glass and mirror one, and that is a bathroom one. And also there's a washing up liquid. They basically come with these little tablets, and you fill them with water and put the tablet in, and then you're all good to go. So when you've finished, you just order more of the tablets online, and I just think it's such an amazing concept. So I thought I'd share with you. I'm actually about to try out the all-purpose one, so I can tell you how well it works. It's also a drop and mop floor cleaning pods. You actually don't have much floor cleaner left anyway, so that's actually really useful. And also a whole box of laundry pods, which we are also low on. So I'm gonna be giving these a try over the next couple of weeks and see how I get on with them. But I just thought I would share in case you're looking for a more eco-friendly solution to cleaning. And this is very different from any of the other eco-friendly brands that I've tried out. So yeah, this is the Anything Cleaner, which is multi-purpose and smells honestly amazing. Okay, so second recipe of the day. I am actually making those smashed roasted potatoes that I made when I went to my family home in Manchester. I think it was like 2 videos ago. And a lot of you like the look of them. And honestly, they were so good. Like, I don't know if I mentioned it in that video, but that meal that we ate with those fish skewers was literally amazing. And it's the kind of, I feel like it's the kind of meal that usually you'd just be like, oh, it's like some fish with some potatoes. But the flavors were just incredible. So I'm actually making them for a reel on Instagram, but I thought I'd share it with you guys on here as well, because I can't remember if I properly spoke through how I did it. I feel like I maybe just like put it on as like a time lapse. So basically all I did with these potatoes was boil them in a pan with a little bit of salt, and then added them to a baking tray. Obviously make sure the inside is cooked, and the way you do that is by prodding them with a fork, and if they fall off the fork, usually they are just about ready. I then took this and smashed them all down. Just do it really carefully so that they break, but not completely like break into loads of pieces, if that makes sense. And then all I've done in this part is crushed 2 large cloves of garlic and mixed it with some olive oil. I really liked this way of doing it last time because it means that the olive oil is garlicky, and I feel like it just added to the garlicky-ness. If you are sensitive to garlic, someone actually commented on that video saying that they really struggle with garlic. I feel like doing lots of olive oil, maybe a little bit of butter, and also some onion powder and lots of herbs would also taste really amazing. So I don't feel like you have to have the garlic, but obviously garlic's just an elite flavouring, isn't it? So I'm going in there with a lot of garlic today. Those are going in the oven at 200 degrees for probably 20 minutes. Right, while they're cooking, I just wanted to bring you up here because Elliot's working downstairs and just chat to you about my hair. So pretty much last night, I got a DM from this lovely girl who has been watching my videos and said, I know you mention your hair quite a lot and how I've first of all went from like having a hard time with post coming off the pill hair loss, and then it got better, and then my hair I feel like is so dry now and just doesn't take to heat well. Nothing I use in it I feel like makes a difference. I use loads of hair oils and everything like that, and it's just really not making a difference. And this girl basically asked me if I'd done a hair porosity test, and I'd literally never heard of it before. So I was like, no, I haven't. Went away and researched it last night, and pretty much you put a strand of hair into water, and if it stays at the top, you've got low porosity hair. The middle is just kind of the middle, if it kind of like sits around the middle, and if it goes to the bottom, it's high porosity. Mine literally sunk right to the bottom, which means that I've got high porosity hair. Now, I by no means am a hair expert, in fact very, very far from it, but pretty much if you look at a picture of a strand of high porosity hair, there are like lots of little bits coming off it. I'll try and put a picture up here because I'm really struggling to explain what I mean. Lots of like, it's almost like it's really flaky or like really split all along the hair, and it means that products absorb into it really quickly, any moisture into it really quickly, but it also means that your hair doesn't hold on to moisture very easily or hold on to products very easily. One of the things that was suggested was that I need to be doing some protein-based treatments in my hair. So I did a little bit of research last night and pretty much bought a protein treatment from this company called Shea Moisture, and I've also overnight switched up my shampoo and conditioner to the Pureology shampoo and conditioner. I'm going to show you which one it is actually. So this is the range from Pureology that I am starting to use, well, as of this morning. It's the Strength Cure one rather than the Hydrate one. I've heard some really good things about this one, and weirdly enough we already had these bottles because Elliot was using them at some point, but he didn't feel like they were like the best thing for his hair, so he also switched to the Hydrate range. These bottles are still about like 3/4 full, so that was amazing. So I switched up to this. I'm hoping that along with these new hair masks, I've never ever used a protein hair mask, will help the condition of my hair. The other thing that it says not to do, not that I do this a lot, is use heat on it. So I don't use, honestly don't use heat on it that often anyway. But I'm gonna try really hard for the next couple of weeks at least. Strangely enough, I've lost my Dyson Airwrap like in the house and I cannot find it anywhere. I've literally turned the house upside down. So I'm wondering if I've left it somewhere. I also bought a leave-in treatment. I mean, I have been using that Kevin Murphy one, but I feel like nothing has been like good enough to like hold in the moisture, and it's just been getting so dry. I think that's coinciding with more hair loss than normal, like more like breakage. And the other thing that has been a bit of a nightmare with my hair, and I've also ordered a treatment for this, is I've got one patch on my scalp that's like so dry and flaky, and I've never suffered from a flaky scalp before, so it's weird. I don't know if it's like some kind of like dermatitis, but I've just gradually noticed it, and it's always the exact same bit on my scalp. Let me know if any of you've got any recommendations for a really good treatment. I kind of, if possible, want to avoid going to the doctor for it, but I've ordered one from Eucerin. I'm hoping it's a good one. It has got some good reviews. But yeah, if you've got any recommendations for anything or know anything about like hair porosity or high porosity hair, please let me know, because I would love to hear from you. But yeah, just thought I'd do a little update because I know I've actually spoken to you guys a lot about my hair journey over the last year. Right, so we are about halfway through and I'm just gonna flip these over, and they are getting nice and golden brown on that side. Right, so I forgot to film the last bit, but basically after I flip them, I just put them back in the oven for 15 minutes. I've added a little bit of thyme and then made a dip, which is a bit of mayo, a bit of Greek yogurt, lemon, some more garlic, and some salt and pepper. Really simple. And then the way I like them is either as part of a meal, or you can just dip them in the dip. And they taste so good. Right, so back to the cupboard organisation. I'm finding a spot for the microwave. So, like I mentioned, microwave is going to go in the bottom shelf of this cupboard, which means I need to clear the cupboard. Just looking at the microwave, I actually think there should be some space on one side, and I'm wondering whether there would be enough space for the NutriBullet to go next to it. So I think, first of all, I'm just going to take everything out of here, put the microwave in, and then see how much space we've got. Microwave is in. There's not a lot of space on the left of it. I thought there was going to be a little bit more, to be honest. So now I guess the main job is just to figure out where all the rest of the food that's in this cupboard is going to go. There's actually not as much as it looks. There's a lot of cereal in there, and there is quite a lot of space at the back where I've taken things out that you can't see. A little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I find deep cupboards really difficult because I feel like the things at the back just get lost. Like, I only sorted this cupboard out maybe like 2 months ago, and there are already things at the back that I'm like, oh, I'd forgotten that I have that. Which is actually just really annoying because, yeah, you just sort of lose things to the back of the cupboard. I've just found this, which we had in the fridge at our old flat. It usually is used for like cans, so you can like have cans in the fridge and get them out really easily. But I was thinking it could actually be useful for this cupboard, maybe to put a few things in so it can act as like a pull-out mini drawer kind of thing. final result, just so nice, tidy, organized. I can see everything. And yeah, probably as neat as it's gonna get for now. There are a couple of things that aren't ideal, like the fact that we need to have this cable. Basically the microwave cord is actually like really, really short. So without that cable, we'd actually have to take the microwave out to use it somewhere else every time. But I'm just happy with how tidy it looks, to be honest. Everything's really easily accessible. I'm obsessed with the shelf, honestly. These little bamboo storage things. I don't know if you guys remember when I initially bought those bamboo kind of like stair things, but they have just made the biggest difference because you can see everything you've got, so you don't end up buying duplicates of anything. And up here, do you know what? It's never gonna be the most ideal like pantry storage kitchen, just because of the way that we have got lots of these glass rented cabinets. And then up here, I know what is behind there. So even though it would be ideal if we could just have everything, you know, so you can see what's in every single storage container, that is just not gonna work in this kitchen, which is absolutely fine. And then this is the other cupboard. So at the bottom, we have got cereal and extra sauces that don't fit in the cupboard that you just saw. And then at the top, we've basically got like extra baking bits, pretty much, because as you saw earlier in the video, we have made this little section into a baking section, and I just think that looks amazing. Also just easy to get everything out, see what we need top-ups of and everything. So something that arrived in the post today, which I'm super excited for because I've actually been waiting for them for quite a long time, is some of the cushion covers for our sofa. Annoyingly, one of them is just not quite right. It's actually a really beautiful cushion cover, but just really not right for the color scheme in our house, I don't think. But the one that I love is this one. So I'll show you it up close, but it's basically kind of like an olivey green beige pattern made from a beautiful kind of organic sort of canvas material. I just think that's going to be lovely on the sofa, and it'll be really nice to get something else patterned in here. But yeah, I love that. Very, very happy with it. I will link it below in case you guys do want to check out even the brand that we got it from, because I think this was one from Etsy. It wasn't the cheapest, I'm not gonna lie. Cushion covers on Etsy are an absolute rip-off. Like the majority of them are just so expensive, and I don't really understand because they're actually very easy to make. But I think like farmhouse organic-y kind of style cushions have become a bit of a thing, so the people selling them have put them like, some of them on honestly like £110, and it's like just for 2 pieces of fabric sewed together. Mental. So this one was actually not particularly cheap, but the quality is lovely, and the brand is Jules and Tone. But yeah, as I said, I think this was an Etsy one. I will link it below. I'm just gonna get the other one and show you anyway. So this is the one that I'm saying is not quite right. It's just far more of like a sagey color, but basically it's very much a sage green, and I actually thought it was gonna be a little more blue. And we just don't really have sage green in this area at all. We've got more of like olive green, like you saw in the detail in that cushion, and then a very like grey blue color, and this is just kind of neither of them. But the brand, if anyone does want, in fact, if this is to anyone's taste or would go with anyone's house, please let me know, because I would really happily pass it on to someone else. But the brand is Meggie and Me on Etsy, and again, a really beautiful brand. I'm gonna sign off and try and nip outside and just do a little walk around, because I feel like I've been inside for 2 days and really need a little bit of fresh air. So I'm gonna say bye now, and thank you so much for watching. As always, I promise there's gonna be a bit more going on in my next video. I feel like the videos where I'm just inside are probably not the most exciting ones to watch. So I'm actually trying to think of other things that I could maybe do for my channel that aren't like strictly vlogs. Obviously, I feel like my videos are probably always going to be vlog style, but I was thinking maybe I could do like an autumn morning routine, or another what I eat in a day video, or maybe some activewear hauls, or those kind of videos. So if you do have any ideas or anything you'd like to see, obviously do let me know. But yeah, please subscribe if you do want to stick around, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!